Hello everyone. Today we are going to start the first unit of water resource engineering, that is introduction to hydrology and irrigation. So let us see what are the unit outcomes, and first unit carries 14 marks. First outcome is estimate average rainfall in the given situation using the given method. So after learning this unit, the outcome we should get that we should be able to estimate the average rainfall in any given situation using the given method. Second, we should be able to estimate the runoff and flood discharge in the given situation. Third is to calculate the dependable yield from the given catchment for given data. Dependable yield is nothing but in simple language we can say that a land yields grapes and tobacco. That means yield is nothing but a natural agricultural or industrial product. Next, describe yield effects of excess irrigation in the given situation. Classify the irrigation project on the basis of given condition. Justify the need of irrigation for the given area. Next is describe the advantages and ill effects of the irrigation in the given situation. Explain the construction and functioning of the given type of rain gauge, and last one is the compute the maximum flood discharge using the relevant method from the given data. Now let us see what is irrigation. Here the definition is given: the artificial application of water to the land in accordance with the crop requirement is called irrigation. In simple language we can say that the process of supplying water for artificial or we can say the process of supplying water by artificial means to agricultural fields for crop production. And if the water available to the plants from rainfall is not sufficient, it is supplementary by irrigation water. So for irrigation we can follow the correct sequence, like first we have to store the water, then supplying is the second stage, and third is using the water. Next, what is irrigation engineering? Actually, irrigation engineering deals with the investigation, planning, construction, management and maintenance of all structures connected with irrigation, which includes dams. Dams, everyone know about dams. Diversion weirs. Diversion weirs means in simple language we can say weirs. Weirs is a low obstruction that is built across a river or canal to raise the water level, or they can also be built in parallel to divert the water. Wells, all know what are wells, and pumps, canals. And canals are the artificial waterway for conveyance of water, and canal machinery, etc. So while investigating, engineers should collect the data including the hydrological, geological and agricultural area, the area which we have to irrigate, that how much water is needed for that irrigation for a particular crop in that area. So engineer must utilize this data for proper design of irrigation system. Next we will see necessity of irrigation. So what is the necessity of irrigation? First is inadequate rainfall. So if this year we have adequate rainfall, then we can't predict that next year we are going to have the same rainfall. So it is necessary to store water for the future purpose. Next is uneven distribution of rainfall. Third is growing perennial crops. So perennial crops means perennial crops do not have to be planted every year, so they do not require the annual plowing or herbicides application to establish perennial crops. So The advantage of perennial crop is they protect the soil from erosion and improve the soil structure. Next is growing superior crops, then increasing the yield of crops, and next is insurance against drought. So insurance is available to farmers against loss or damage to growing crops as a result of drought. Then what are the advantages of irrigation? First is protection from famine by giving water and fulfilling requirements of people during scarcity period, and thus protect them from famine. Next, increase in food production. It helps increasing crop yield nearly 2 to 4 times more yield than in dry farming. Next, more round of crops can be taken. Fish production can be developed in irrigation tank. So by increasing the food production, we can get more advantages. And next is rise in social standard. So with increase in crop production due to certain supply of water, it makes it possible to grow cash crop like banana, sugarcane, tobacco, cotton, etc. And thus more money will be available with the farmer as they will raise their standard of living. Fourth is flood control. Irrigation structures are built like reservoirs detain floods for some time, hence reduces the destructive power and thus help in flood control. Fifth is hydroelectric power generation. So the reservoir from which the irrigation water is supplied may be used for the generation of the power, and beside canals in fields have some canal falls or drops in which mini hydro projects may be installed. So canal drops or canal falls means that this is an irrigation structure constructed across a canal to lower down its bed level to maintain the design slope when there is a change of ground level. Okay, this falling water at the fall has some surplus energy. Next is water supply. Irrigation water may be used as a source for domestic and industrial water supply. Seventh is navigation. If the irrigation canals are big and deep, they may be used as a navigable waterway. Afforestation. Along banks of canal, trees may be planted, which grows along the bank of canals and increases timber wealth of the country. Next is source of revenue. When water taxes is taken from the farmers for supplying water, it adds to the revenue of the country. And general communication. In this, the inspection road besides the canal may serve as communication link in remote village area. Means the inspection path provided for may provide good roadway to villages for we can say walking, cycling, and thus increases the facility of communication. And last one is elimination of mixed cropping. The areas where irrigation is not assured, more mixed cropping is adopted. And mixed cropping means sowing different crops together in the same field. Mixed cropping is not desirable as different amount of water and field condition. Farmers are not benefited if irrigation water is assured. Mixed cropping may be eliminated and single superior crop may be grown to get the maximum benefits.